5 times. Well, guess what, guys? He didn't miss a beat winning races and advancing to the postseason. Kyle is here with us now. And Kyle, I just mentioned how you're going to be navigating the postseason with a new team, but you're also going to be doing it as the only driver in the camp in the playoffs. The last 16 times you've had at least one teammate who was battling with you. How do you think it's going to be different? That's a good stat, right? There's your McNugget for the day.
Yeah, that's all good. You know, obviously you want to have a teammate in there, but unfortunately Austin had some unfortunate circumstances, some bad luck this year, a lot like us. You know, we've kind of had our ups and downs. You played all the highlight reel there. I love that. I want some more of that. So hopefully we can continue to push that way and get some more of those, get a couple more wins before the year's out, knock our way through the playoffs here as we need to in order to get ourselves to that championship race at Phoenix.
Well, Kyle, as we start the playoffs, I think a big part of the playoffs is strengths and weaknesses of teams and where each team is individually. I know throughout the course of the year, talking to you and Randall Burnett, it was a big key on getting the short tracks better. Where do you guys stand right now in terms of what you think your strengths are as a team and what you think are areas that you're going to have to maybe still improve on a little bit in the playoffs?
Yeah, I feel like the big thing with the short track stuff, you know, we went to Richmond with a game plan and we executed that game plan and it worked out well. You know, we had a lot of different thoughts and philosophies and ideas through the year that wasn't really resonating, but then we kind of came up with one that we were hopeful that would work because we were finally out of ideas and it worked, you know. So I feel like there's a good play there for hopefully, you know, going to Martinsville, having a good race at Martinsville, and then also if we're championship eligible going to Phoenix, we're going there anyways, we know, but we want to be, you know, contenders at that time of the year. You know, I'd say the other just weakness right now is just our inconsistency. That's basically what it is. You know, it boils down to, you know, pit road or Kyle on the racetrack crashing, trying to make a pass, or you know, the engine happening at Indy. Just certain things that just kind of keep adding up, that keep knocking us back. And those days, we've got good top 5 cars. We're running in the top 4. We're running in the top 5, even the top 8, and we just keep getting knocked back into the 30s. And this time of year, you can't have that. I know very, very well from last year having two failures in the first 3 races that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. So don't want that again.
Kyle, tell me about the first 2 championships we won at Gibbs. We make this big move over to RCR. It's been a long time since Richard Childress and company at RCR has been in a championship form and the championship conversation. What would it mean to add your name to that dynasty, to put them back on top of the mountain where Richard was for a long time and win a championship? You're 3rd at RCR.
Yeah, I think that would be huge, not only for RCR, but also for Kyle Busch. You know, I think that would just be a phenomenal thing to have happen. And for me to be able to bring home my 3rd championship at RCR with Team Chevy and everybody else, I feel like we're capable of that. You know, I feel like there's good moments and we have really good speed that we can do those things. We just got to put all the right pieces in the right places at the right time and make it happen times the now. So, you know, to me, I don't know if it would be bigger than the first. I think the first championship is always kind of like your biggest moment, but I think it would be greater than my second just because it's a 3rd. And obviously, too, moving teams, changing different organizations, different manufacturers, all that stuff, and kind of the revival of RCR to its championship form from 1994, last time with Dale Earnhardt.
You mentioned that change of teams, Kyle, and everything that went into this offseason. Did you ever imagine that the success level, not only was it going to be to where it is already, but that it was going to come as quick as it did? I mean, California, you guys win right out of the box, and it's like you just never missed a beat, and it happened early and often.
Yeah, no, that certainly felt good. It felt really good. You know, we were fast at the Clash. We were fast at Daytona. We won Fontana. So it was like, man, this is easy. I should have done this a long time ago. And then, you know, we've had a bit of a rough patch. But I think that happens in anybody's season. I think even you're seeing it with William Byron. He had a rough patch for a little bit there. Truex had a rough patch. Denny's had a rough patch. All these guys. So Kyle Larson did as well, too. Ross is kind of in one. So it's just you just don't ever know. It's anybody's game. And people always want you to kind of pick or predict what the Final Four might look like. And it's so hard and it's so tough because everybody's so equal that it's so hard to go from 15th to 5th. That's impossible. I don't think that happens much anymore, but you're going to take yourself from 5th to 30th just at the flip of a switch, you know? So that's kind of what everybody sees or what I see right now and what we're looking to try to make sure doesn't happen with us here in these final 10 weeks.
All right, enough about you, Kyle. What about Brexton, right? What's his schedule look like for the next couple of weeks? Because we've had little pieces of him on the show here on Race Hub, kind of followed a little bit of his career. So what do you have on tap for him?
Yeah, no, he's doing good. We were supposed to go race yesterday down in Florence, but unfortunately the weather and everything coming through the area, they canceled that. So we'll be back at it racing the Bandolero car that you see Friday night down in Florence, and then we'll be ready to go. We're leaving Wednesday already for Kansas because there's a dirt race, national race that's going to happen in Missouri, Sweet Springs, Missouri. So we'll be over there, and then Jamie's neck of the woods, I think. And then we'll be going to race in Texas as well for another kind of national event that happens in Texas. So his slate's full, just like mine.
So many trophies just compiling at the Busch household this season,
Just
isn't
keep
there?
adding on room.
Just keep on
Only
adding.
his trophies are at the house.